Welcome back. It's been a while. Probably not. It's probably been like a week or something. I haven't keeping count or keeping track. But I just got back from work. Uh, and I'm so my hair is so flat right now. Yeah, no, this is rough. But anyways, um, I don't know. I was feeling inspired again today whilst I was at work. It's a Thursday night, and it was decently busy, but not too overwhelming. And I don't know. I was just walking around. I was clearing tables at my job. I was a waiter, server, serve. Um, and I don't know. I was just thinking about there is no general idea. Some of the films there's multiple films I want to kind of brief on today. They're more so kind of love movies or films that have the love love motifs, themes within them, using like robust semiotics. I don't know. I've already used this man's theory framework um, in what my the first video on my page. If you go and click on the one car Y uh, video series I did, I used robust semiotics throughout that, but today I just wanted to kind of talk about some of my maybe not favorite. I don't, there's probably gonna be there's definitely be ones that are my favorite. Like I love them. Like one of the films on here. I won't go too much into Wong Kar Wai's films because obviously there's a lot there that has. But I've already talked about him. Obviously, just shout out like In the Mood for Love, Chunky Express, Happy Together. They're quite melodramatic. Not melodramatic. That's the wrong choice of words. But very they're not uplifting love films. They are very depressing and show the burden that compassion and admiration for one another can hold upon a person. But I think they're equally just as important. To be fair, a lot of my favorite love films are ones of sorrow and sadness. As many of my friends and I guess many of my friends and like people that that I discuss films with know I'm a big sucker for sad, really sad films. So yeah. Um. Yeah. Sorry, my mind is so off today. I don't know. Work really drained me, but I'm gonna try and be as yeah. Um. But we're gonna go to some other films. Obviously, it's just gonna be kind of a quick fire. There's none of these. I mean, even my last one, the only ever planned out video I've done in the whole 3 videos. This being the third one I've done. Like my first one was the most planned out, and that was for my course, and I made that, and that's what's kind of brought me back to it. But I ramble and I ramble. Let's just let's go through some of my favorite films, my favorite love films. I'll say another one of my favorite love films, Punch Drunk Love. That used to be in my top four. It's probably still in my top five. I'm not sure, but that's just an incredible film. That's a more uplifting and happy film. I guess you could put it that way if you want to really like dumb it down. But that film is so kind of ethereal and full of emotion. Even with the transition scenes when it's like the beautiful colors and that score. I think it's PTA's best. I haven't seen everything by PTA, but from what I've seen, like that is just oh my god, the just like I don't know whether it's I can't like whether it's like the harmonica or like the whatever the accordion that's playing or just like it's just the music alone, and then the "He Loves Me" song from the Popeye film. Wow, it's just like I don't know, combining all these things. Postmodernism. What a thing. What a thing. What a thing to have. Um, I just it's just incredible. Like I genuinely, I remember, like, I saw it, like, a while ago, maybe for an yeah, it was for no, not for an essay, but I think I just watched it and I was hooked, and then I watched it again, and I've watched it's one of the films that I've watched a lot, and it's whenever I have someone new in my life, or even an old friend, or, like no, it's usually the film I have 2 films that I usually show people very close to me, that being one of them, and then obviously After Sun, which that's a video for another day. After Sun, that's my favorite film of all time, but I won't go into that. But yeah, Punch Drunk Love, that's one of the first films I show people. So like, I think I remember, uh, I screamed at the film society that I'm a part of, and no one. I mean, people liked it, but there's some people that just didn't get it, which really crushed me. And you know, there's obviously, I remember I showed it to one of my best friends. Um, he really liked it. He really fucked with it. Um, he really liked it. Yeah. And so yeah, that was an incredible thing to see and watch his face. And then also I the most recent example when or the most recent time like when I watched it was when I watched it with my girlfriend, and that was something like really special. Um yeah, I don't know, because in a way it was allowed me, I don't know. I'm very good at expressing how I feel, but also I'm very indecisive within my own thoughts. As like as seen my previous video, I was all over the place. My mind was scattered, and so that's kind of the condition I'm in most of the time. And so to able to I think film for me is a good way to, whenever I show someone a film that's so close to me, I think it's a good way to advocate for those for the kind of person that I am. Um, So Punch Drunk Love is one of them. Very basic example, but that is just one of the ways I'm able to kind of express myself in the kind of yearning and lovable way, as my girlfriend would put it, kind of person I am. And she really liked it, and I was so happy. Um, yeah, and that was just such a special moment. Anyways, some of the other films that I love. My Own Private Idaho. It is and it isn't. Obviously, the main thing isn't about. I think it kind of is about love, and like there's that whole kind of queer and get like LGBTQ aspect of like Mike's character. Well, River Phoenix character Mike. There's that like campfire scene, the famous campfire scene that everyone knows. He says, "I could, I could. I'm probably butchering the line, but I could love a man as I would love a woman." He says, "Like I love you," to Keanu Reeves' character, and just so powerful, so guttural. I feel that's like the best way. Like I'm a big sucker for rom. I love When Harry Met Sally. That's another one of my like. I do love that film, but I think the best way to show love is through its tragedy. Um, because at the end of the day, love is the implication of the unsaid. Um, which is I feel like I made that. I probably haven't. Some other better philosopher or poet has probably said that, but the implication of the love is the implication of the unsaid. Um, and I think that's I don't know. I like that is coherently so true. And whenever that two people are truly in love, it's not, obviously it can be through, but the most of the time it's through looks. You know, we analyze things through a gaze, whether and we have to deconstruct that to kind of see what kind of perceive. Ugh. We have to kind of, yeah, we have to. I'm like saying the same thing over and over, or I'm rewording it to like just be the same, but you know that's just love. It's the same thing over and over, but you know you're okay with that because it's the person that you love. And when you have that love, it's something so incredible and just so like I don't know. It's love is scary, but also but it's the kind of scary thing that makes you feel alive and makes you feel that makes it all worth it. You know, it's the most terrifying thing, but also it's the greatest thing. You know, to have someone that not only loves you the exact same back, or even tenfold, even more, and to be able to share silent like those silences that you have when you sit down, to hold each other because no one else would, you know, when you were either little or even a grown adult, when you didn't have anyone else to, when you were a bit too old to get, you know, tucked into bed. I think love for a significant other is that, you know, that medicine, that next stage of protectiveness and of comfort that you usually get. But you know, it's mutual. You both want to protect each other. You know, it's not, you know, like a parent, like, or like a guardian. You know, wants to protect you, and then the other way, and it's, you know, it's, you know, it's purely mutual. It's, oh yeah, you can't really describe what you can't really describe love into one thing. Like you can't. I was like what I previously said. You can't like good movies and incredible or like love at its truest form can be either like, you know, defined or talked about, but they can't be brought to a full stop. Um, which is really special. So I've just went on a whole tangent here. Um, but yeah, some other films. Let's just go through some of like let's just rapid fire. Okay. Cold War, incredible film, very tragic as well. Again. Um, let's see, Pride and Prejudice, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. Brilliant film. Um, Little Woman. Oh my God, Timothy Chalamet. Well, oh, we're talking about the 2019. I think it's 2019. Horsham Mon Amour. Oh fuck me, man! Such a good film. Let's go kind of like base, like Palm Springs. Palm Springs is really good. It's not that typical love. It's very rustic love, I guess you could call it. Well, I would call it that. And one thing about Palm Springs is it's got that Kate Bush cloud busting at the end. Love Kate Bush. Fuck. Sorry. Wow, what incredible. It's so incredible. Um uh Hot Summer Days, sorry, Hot Summer Days. That's a really good film. Kind of unknown. Well, it's probably known by people, but I remember watching that. And I thought that was really good. Waves. Waves. You know. What is else there to say about Waves? It's not the last half of that film. Obviously, I think it's incredible all the way throughout, but that last half where, you know, you've got the Radiohead soundtrack and you've got the Frank Ocean soundtrack, and it's like, you know, they're truly happy and they're truly in love, and it's them against the world, and then there's that, you know, brutal. It's those two. Oh, it's so many brutal moments. Like, you know, you could be just so happy with someone, and like life comes creeping in with its events, but you still have each other. And so that's all that matters. As long as you have each other, see, there go, like that's the bringing in the care for one another and wanting to see each other grow and be better and you know, live a life together. And it's just you know, you know, yeah. Um, oh, my hair's bad. Okay, but it's okay. It's fine. I just got off work. I can look like a mess and get away with it. Um, yeah. 10 Things I Hate About You. Good. Obviously, La La Land. Young Girls of Rochefort. Um, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Um, yeah. Oh, and one of my second favorite film of all time. Um, Four Nights of a Dreamer, which is an adaptation of Dostoevsky's White Nights, which is White Nights is my favorite book of all time. Um, but Four Nights of a Dreamer was truly like incredible. If anyone hasn't seen, I mean, it's really hard to come across it, but Four Nights of a Dream is just an absolute immense film. Like, I feel like one day I will probably just talk about that on its own, because that is truly like, wow. That genuinely, if no one has seen that film, like, try and find a way. Try and find a way. I think just the slow burn of that entire film is obviously, it's not a one-to-one adaptation of White Knights. For anyone that's read White Knights and then thinks that it's not like it's not a one-to-one, but it's also a one-to-one. Like, it's not a one-to-one through, like, the exact same story and like the events that happen, but it's a one-to-one how you feel, how this just like your heart is just ripped out and just tossed aside, and it's almost like it doesn't care, like it like, you know it just doesn't care, like, leaving out, oh yeah, past lives, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, um that's it. All of us strangers, that's another one, how could I forget? um yeah, just so many. Love is truly an amazing thing. Yeah, those were some of my um favorite love films, romantic films, or not so romantic, like melancholic romantic. Sounds like a Arctic Monkey song. Um, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Which one's gonna turn squirrel? Uh, yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching. Sorry about just the long one. Wow. I don't know if this has been edited down, but this is 22 minutes. Yeesh. Okay, well, hopefully it's going to be a lot less for you guys, unless I get lazy and I keep most of it in. But thank you so much for watching. You know, uh, lick and subscribe. You know, thought I'd do a quirky one. Sorry this wasn't as high motivated or like as I was as energetic. I'm just so shattered after work, and it is coming up to midnight. So I'm gonna edit this, probably finish it at like 2 a.m. Upload it, and yeah, see where it goes. Thanks so much. All right. Well, I'll say goodbye. Bye bye.